Hello again, Mal Plussers. It's nice to see you back here, ready and waiting to be put to the intellectual test. That is Mal Plus Trivia Live. Thank you for inviting me back onto your screens. I'm eager to guide you through the array of questions our quiz has in store for you today. I'm your host, Melissa Hartzel. Regular players and Mal Plus newbies alike, let me wish you a warm family welcome to this afternoon's quiz, where every weekday we're giving you the chance to win up to £1,000. All that is asked of you is to use your wisdom and answer all 10 questions correctly. Yes, years of retaining those niche facts will come in handy here, finally. Just tap the correct option to each question, and if you do so without getting one wrong, you'll be the winner of a cash prize. Simple. To clarify the rules, it's 10 multiple choice questions from a wide variety of interesting categories, 10 seconds to answer each one, and if you answer all 10 correctly, you win a share of that £1,000. There's been some big wins over the past couple of weeks. The question gods above can indeed be kind to some. So let's see if it's your day. Just a warning, when you tap the answer you want, there's no changing your choice. So please make sure that it's definitely the answer you want. If you happen to miss question 1, your chances of winning any cash will be over, so please try not to be late. If you get one wrong along the way, you'll be out of the running for the money, but you're welcome to play along with us. See it as a chance to treat yourself to some interesting trivia tidbits. All in order and set to go? What is there left to do other than get on with the quiz? So here we go with question 1. In which museum in Paris is the original of Da Vinci's Mona Lisa on public display? The Louvre, Musée d'Orsay, or Pompidou Centre? Some claim the subject's lack of eyebrows is representative of high-class fashion of the time, while some believe they show that Mona Lisa is an unfinished work of Da Vinci. But in 2007, digital scans of the painting showed signs that Da Vinci had once painted on eyebrows and eyelashes, but both had simply faded away over time. If you want to see for yourself, it's in the Louvre. And once upon a time, the French Emperor Napoleon had the Mona Lisa hanging in his bedroom in the Tuileries Palace for about 4 years. Quite the expensive home decor. On to question 2. Which of these is not an Old Testament book of the Bible? Job, Adverbs, or Lamentations? There are 39 books in the Old Testament and 66 in the Bible altogether. It's very much like its own little portable library. Adverbs, of course, isn't a book in the Bible. You might have got mixed up with the book of Proverbs. Did you know the word Bible means the scrolls or the books in Greece? Its meaning is derived from the ancient city of Byblos, which was the official supplier of paper products to the ancient world. 2 questions in, and some of you have already been eliminated. 2,760 of you still with us. Well done to you. The best is yet to come. Here's question 3. The airline Qantas is based in which Commonwealth country? New Zealand, Canada, or Australia? It's also the 3rd oldest airline in the world, and until recently held the record for the longest flight of over 17 hours, which has been beaten by Singapore Airlines' 8.5-hour flight from Singapore to Newark. With the design of a kangaroo on the rudders, you can probably guess that the answer is Australia. The 2nd oldest airline being Colombia's Avianca airline, and the oldest airline in the world is KLM in the Netherlands, whose first flight to Indonesia in 1924 took 2 weeks to complete, now only taking 15 hours. What a difference 100 years makes. A nice easy start as it's Friday. Now to take it up a notch. Here's question 4. Which electronics retailer has used the advertising slogan, "The last place you want to go"? Comet, Currys, or Dixon's? A slogan that wouldn't be out of place at the dentist's. Interestingly, one of these electronics companies used it with a view to be intentionally self-deprecating, with a touch of reverse psychology. Dixon's were the experimental lot to try it out. The campaign was launched by advertising agency M&C Saatchi, and it was actually very clever. What it tried to do was invite customers to take advantage of the customer service at Harrods, Selfridges and John Lewis, and then buy the researched product online at Dixon's. Genius. Speaking of geniuses, let's check up on who is a step closer to being crowned a quiz champion. Reginald, Richard 3, Sheila 0, Trivia King. You are certainly making your way there. Well done to 1,254 of you getting that one right. That's good. Let's see how you do with question number 5. Which was not a former name for Istanbul? Mikkelgarth, Caracalla, or Lygos? Istanbul is the only city in the world that's split across 2 continents, half in Asia and half in Europe, divided by the natural waterway called the Bosporus Strait. It's also said to be the true origins of all Europe's tulips. Istanbul's earliest recorded name was Lygos, and it was referred to as Mikkelgarth by the medieval Vikings who settled there. Caracalla was never used as a name for Istanbul historically. However, the city was once called Augusta Antonia by the then Roman emperor, naming it after his son Antonius, who would soon become Emperor Caracalla. We're halfway now. Let's see how we're doing. Ooh, lots of you bombed out there. 759 went with Mikkelgarth and 140 with Lygos. But 276 of you with Caracalla. Well done to Yvonne 0, Groundhog J, Player 5632. Stay strong. Let's see if you have it in you to go all the way with question 6. What unusual middle name did Elton John give himself when he legally changed his name in 1972? Hercules, Goliath, or Ulysses? Born as Reginald Kenneth Dwight and being able to play the piano at 4 years old, it was once rumoured that when on tour, he books out an entire hotel room just for his vast collection of sunglasses. His official middle name is Hercules. He chose his name because of his love for blues musicians Elton Dean and Long John Baldry. His middle name Hercules wasn't after the hero of Greek mythology, but after the horse named Hercules in the sitcom Steptoe and Son. And 226 of you getting that one right, and moving on with us to question number 7. Which of these phrases has not been trademarked by celebrities? That's hot, this sick beat, or you're fired. Trademarking is, of course, the defense of someone's intellectual property against copyright. But which of these catchphrases is free to use without the risk of getting sued? That's hot is a phrase used by Paris Hilton on the show The Simple Life, which she trademarked, suing the card company Hallmark for using it on a greetings card. The only one that hasn't been defended from copyright is "You're fired." Donald Trump and Lord Sugar's catchphrase from the show The Apprentice. That's not to say Trump didn't try, but the application was rejected because it sounded too similar to an existing board name called You're Hired. So beware, if you want to print this sick beat on a t-shirt or mug, you'll have to ask for Taylor Swift's permission first. It shouldn't be too much trouble. She's only got 133 million followers on Instagram. I'm sure she'll get round to it. And swiftly on to question 8. Which of these British horse race courses does not have an all-weather track? Chepstow, Lingfield, or Wolverhampton? Did you know that horse racing, or the sport of kings as some refer to it, is one of the most ancient sports around, dating back to about 4,500 BC? Among those who first domesticated the horse, the nomadic tribesmen of Central Asia, it's also one of the very few forms of gambling that is legal throughout most of the world. Chepstow Racecourse, or the Welsh Goodwood as it's otherwise known, is not an all-weather track. It is, however, a long, undulating 2-mile circuit that represents a real stamina test, particularly on soft ground, which is often the case for jumps fixtures. And congratulations to 101 of you getting that right. Groundhog J still with us, Trivia Dan 162. Wow, you're still standing, and I'm placing my bets on you to finish in first place today. Just 2 more hurdles to go. Here's question 9. Which of these is legal to do in the UK? Impersonate a Chelsea pensioner, be drunk on licensed premises, or carry a plank along a pavement? Some other bizarre laws that are still enforced to this day include it being illegal for an MP to wear a suit of armour in Parliament, and it being illegal to handle a salmon in suspicious circumstances. What is defined as suspicious, I don't know. But if you choose to do so, it is legal to impersonate a Chelsea pensioner. The other two still being illegal. Another ancient law still technically enforced today is that all beached whales and sturgeons must be offered to the reigning monarch. So if you find one while walking on the beach and a guard at Buckingham Palace turns you away, you can simply inform them that you're just fulfilling legal duties. So we're on to the last question, and only 14 of you moving on with me. 64 thinking it was be drunk on licensed premises, and 16 went with carry a plank along a pavement. Well, 14 of you still clearly hot on streak, so let's unveil the final question. Question number 10. Which of these never held the post of poet laureate? William Wordsworth, John Keats, or Cecil Day-Lewis? John Dryden was the first official poet laureate, anointed by King Charles II. His payment a salary of £200 per year and an annual butt of Canary wine, which means 570 litres of white wine imported from Spain, a very sought-after commodity back in the 1600s, and today I suspect. And it was romantic poet John Keats who never officially held the title, but dying at the young age of 25, he hardly had a fair chance to. Poets Henry James Pye and Robert Southey held the post at the time John Keats was writing, under the appointment of King George III. It goes by in a flash, doesn't it? But the memory will live on for a lifetime. To all of those who have crossed the finish line, you have my respect. And not only that, some of you are walking away with cash too. Well done to our 8 winners who clearly had a very wide range of knowledge and are being rewarded for it. Congratulations, Sun14, Fraggy, Johnson Zero, Hot Sauce, and to everyone else who answered all 10 questions correctly. If you are leaving without any cash, remember you're welcome to as many goes as you want next week. So please do return to see what we have in store for you with the next set of 10 questions starting on Monday. Take the weekend off as a breather and come back next week stronger than before. Even if you did only get a few right today, see it as your first steps to smashing all 10 out of the park. Any friends or family who see themselves as a bit of a general knowledge boffin? Time to see how many of the 10 they can get right. A bit of friendly competition never hurt anyone. And while I've got your attention, this Sunday is your last chance to take advantage of our offer of a £5 Marks & Spencer's voucher with every new subscription to Mal Plus Digital Edition. Remember, it's not just any food, it's M&S food. So a £5 voucher will help you with your summer picnic indulgences. If some daily interactive crosswords and Sudoku is your thing, check out our website for more information. Thanks again for joining me today, and we look forward to you joining us again next week for another chance to win £1,000 on Mal Plus Trivia Live. Have a great weekend.